Excuse me. Hi, I'm Amanda. And I'm still working on figuring out how to record things, but we're going to make some short, quick videos so I can upload them to the right platforms, etc. Okay, this is going to be data drops, basically. This is where we're starting. Alright, let's go. Alright. So this is from June 12th, 2018. We've got just a reply to Q from last thread about Ingram interview. It was an awful interview. Once again, weak, ineffectual, limp-wristed promises to hold a vote, to hold Rosenstein in contempt. Who cares? Until Rosenstein is hauled off by the House Sergeant at Arms, as granted per the Supreme Court, it means nothing. Anyone remember Holder? Nothing happened to him. Nothing. This pisses me off to no end. Just close the fist and crush them already. What the hell is Trump waiting for? Full weight of the House versus ARM, A-R-M. Why are optics important? How does DC work? Why is Ryan still in office? Lame duck. Why is Ryan leaving office? Who controls Ryan? Autists engaged? All right, and this says, so Form 1649, false imprisonment, common form 1649. Another form is 1663, forcible entry and unlawful detainer, forcible entry 2921, forcible entry and forcible detainer 2947. I don't know. I'm sure some of this stuff, I'll be posting all the actual pictures to the website. All right, countable data brief. Threatknowledge.org is tracked by us since January 2016. Over the time it has been ranked as high as 740481 in the world. While most of its traffic comes from USA, where it reached as high as 101,231 position, at this time it was owned by Catherine Gorka of Threat Knowledge Group, LLC. It was hosted by GoDaddy.com, LLC. Threat Knowledge has the lowest Google PageRank and bad results in terms of Yandex topical citation index. We found that threatknowledge.org is poorly socialized in respect to any social network. According to Site Advisor and Google Safe Browsing Analytics, threatknowledge.org is quite a safe domain with no visitor reviews. Not even sure what that is. Looks like a missile underground. I don't know if it could be from a movie for all I know. All right, so Parkland is a distraction. This was 3/28/18. Parkland was specifically organized and designed to distract, test. Watch the news. Actors are acting. Fake. No power. Justice will be served to those playing the game. All. Guns are safe. Trust the plan. The very next tweet definitely matches Q. All Trump. Always. The Second Amendment will never be repealed. As much as Democrats would like to see this happen, and despite the words yesterday of former Supreme Court Justice Stevens, no way. We need more Republicans in 2018 and must always hold the Supreme Court. All right. 18 U.S. Code Chapter 115, Treason, Sedition, and Subversive Activities, U.S. Code. 2381, Treason. 2382, prison of treason. 2383, rebellion or insurrection. 2384, seditious conspiracy. 2385, advocating overthrow of government. 2386, registration of certain organizations. 2387, activities affecting armed forces generally. 2388, activities affecting armed forces during war. Nothing to see here, just 2 random call signs logged today. USAF C5 Galaxy Q, and then U.S. Army UC35A Anon Q nonsense. What? I don't know what that's all about. Baphomet's the woman, I guess. I don't know. Looks like it's inside. Probably Air Force One. Alright. Katie Dodge. Alright. 2 Hunter Biter. Thanks, Katie. Alright, so on December 28th, 2018 at 7 o'clock, Robert Hunter Biden, he wrote this to Katie Dodge. Pay the healthcare, pay the Porsche, pay yourself $1,500, not $3,000. I'm sorry if there was a misunderstanding, but I clearly don't remember saying not so. I think you could believe that I have the capacity to pay you a $72,000 a year salary for part-time work with no hours and no responsibilities beyond responding to my mail and paying my bills, of which you rarely do anything but tell me I need to figure out what's in my inbox and do what I had hoped you could do, that Joan did, that Eric bills, of which you rarely did, that you won't. I don't know. I'm not using ADP for a $22,000 down payment so you can have your taxes taken out. If you haven't noticed, Katie, my business partner is now a prisoner on death row in China. Somehow the directive of not cutting Devin half my Burisma pay never happened. I pay more alimony than single divorce in the East Coast, including New York City. You pay more alimony just because I told her I would give her everything than Ron Perlman, who is worth $6 billion. So there's not much income coming through these days. I've told Eric 10 times to talk to George. Eric is not agreeing to my terms and pretending like I'm not being responsive. Please email him, George and me, that George knows my position and that Eric should talk to him. Also, tell Eric that is asked that he please pay me 30% of any business debt, including the Wells Fargo business card, whatever the balance was the day I fired him. And please discontinue the auto pay to Amex he somehow put into my Wells Fargo account. And I also am positive I e-signed and returned loan document to BHR directly. Please and sign it. I have the text to you that says, yes, I sign. FYI, Eric has zero equity in any single thing related to me. Not BD, not BHR, nothing. I'm fully aware of what Kathleen wants. I'll deal with tuitions when time comes. In order for me to close the WF brokerage accounts, Wells Fargo brokerage accounts, you need to move all autopsies to, I think, auto pays, to whatever new account best option would be for you to move them to one of my Bank of America checking accounts. I thought that was made clear in the email Edward sent us both. All brokerage accounts can then be closed, and the Mazie account should be closed and the check sent to the California address ASAP. Today is the 28th and not the 30th. Payday is the 1st and the 15th. So there's that. GDP estimates in trillions of US dollars. 20,000 or 20, probably 20 trillion. 1.8, 2. Okay, total. Unfair trade deals. Trump rages against allies on tariffs. Paint the roses red. To frantically attempt to cover up a mistake with severe consequences. Popularized by Alice in Wonderland. I accidentally broke my mom's favorite antique vase, so I had to paint roses red. Cover up, fix up, duct tape, clean, save. Okay. Soccer Mawaz says TBT, meeting with LTG Romeo Deliere, one of my personal heroes, after briefing press and parliament in Ottawa, Canada, on the war crimes being committed in Syria. 2 thumbs up. Wired sources. Reuters reporter blames President Trump for shooting on Maryland newspaper office despite no evidence linking him to shooting. This is what happens when at Real Donald Trump calls journalists the enemy of the people. Blood is on your hands, Mr. President. Save your thoughts and prayers for your empty soul. At least 4 people killed in Maryland newspaper shooting reports. June 28th, 2018. That was Rob Cox. I don't know what his issue is. I think it's Mao Zedong. I'm not sure. I feel bad that I don't recognize some of these people. Alright, Xbox Live. Outages. It's all 2018. Then we've got Bill Richardson right here. This is in North Korea. All right, Donald Trump Jr. Congrats to the Democrats, who after last night are now officially the party of impeachment, open borders, abolishing ICE, banning the Second Amendment, and unbridled socialism. The Democrat Party of John F. Kennedy is dead. Rest in peace. 6/27/18 at 11:44. Mark Meadows says, Bill Barr looking at unbelievably unusual activity during Obama's final months in office. Gary Fenster, June 25th, 2019. We all know by now the final months of the campaign and the transition caused chaos for the DC establishment. They didn't know what to do. Trump, too. He fired Chris Christie and redid the entire transition. Point is, Trump's historic upset caught most off guard and stuff happened. We also know from glowing media reports leaked by proud Obama staffers that Team Obama spread the Russian information far and wide inside the bureaucracy in the event Trump wanted to shut down the investigation. Excuse me. Intellectual property. Acquiring U.S. technology by any means necessary. Wanted by the FBI, APT, Apartment 10 Group, Alex Wong, Getty Media. China's state-sanctioned campaign to acquire American technology involves both legal and illegal means. All of society has been mobilized for these efforts. According to FBI Director Christopher Wray, besides hackers, researchers, and company insiders have stolen U.S. technology to benefit the regime. Chinese state-backed recruitment programs incentivize U.S. researchers to transfer know-how and technology to the country. The FBI opens one China-related investigation every 10 hours, Ray says. Paul Sperry. Mueller hasn't interviewed Bruce Orr, but apparently John Huber hasn't either. Even though Huber was tapped by Sessions to investigate the FISA abuses, more reason to wonder how effective a U.S. attorney can be cleaning up corruption in Washington when he's based in Salt Lake City. Pope visits holy site of Sermon on the Mount. Then we've got McCain. Some interesting people. Donald Trump, the hearing of Peter Strzok, and the other hating frauds at the FBI and DOJ should be shown to the public on live television, not a closed-door hearing that nobody will see. We should expose these people for what they are. There should be total transparency. I agree. June 25th, 2018. Then we got Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Darth Vader. And then who's that? Someone in China, I think. Oops, that was just an eagle with the Nazi Aryan. It's not a bad symbol, guys. If you really look it up, it's not. All right, so Arnold, Sports Festival, Australia. Okay. Over the past 2 years, I have talked with law enforcement and U.S. intelligence officials who unequivocally told me they found no evidence that Trump and Russia colluded. Yes, Russia hacked Democratic emails and bought some Facebook ads to influence the election, but such activity was not coordinated with the Trump campaign. Yet, key lawmakers such as Representative Adam Schiff, Democrat for California, and Senator Mark Warner, Democrat for Virginia, continued to insist that there was evidence of collusion, circumstantial or otherwise. They were talking to the same FBI and intelligence agencies as Mueller and I did, and that means what they said in public was not consistent with what they were told in private. But Schiff, Warner, and others found a receptive audience in the news media where misinformed or inexperienced reporters delivered a 24/7 barrage of stories intended to corroborate a collusion plot that did not exist. CNN, for example, reported there was evidence of a Russian bank's servers secretly transmitted instructions to the Trump Tower, and FBI said it did not. The New York Times reporter, senior Trump campaign officials met with senior Russian intelligence to collaborate during the election. The FBI, Congress, U.S. intelligence, and Mueller found no such meeting happened. And former FBI Director James Comey publicly debunked the newspaper report. Carl Bernstein, the reporter of Watergate fame, declared another Nixonian-sized scandal was brewing and that Mueller's report would prove how Trump helped Russia destabilize the United States. The report did not. Former CIA Director John Brennan boldly predicted on MSNBC that Mueller had secured numerous sealed indictments. He had not. In all, more than 530,000 stories were written between May 2017 and this month about a Trump-Russia investigation that ultimately found no collusion. The earned media impact of that negative coverage likely would have cost billions of dollars if a Democratic candidate had tried to buy such coverage, but the news media provided it free of charge, fanned by the commentary of lawmakers and intelligence officials such as Brennan and former National Intelligence Director James Clapper, whose public comments contrasted with the secret intelligence. As the impeached Trump machine raged with fuel provided by Democrats and an errant media, a funny thing happened. More than 36 Republican incumbents in Congress announced they were retiring in 2018, leaving the GOP with a gaping hole in the House that Democrats exploited. All right, guys, posting this, more to come.